This is a devastating security breach.
That was leaked out of the Pentagon?
The most highly classified documents of the war.
The Times says 7,000 pages detailing how the White House has been lying about the Vietnam War for 30 years. The way they lied, those days have to be over.
Late 60s to early 70s, the Washington Post got received these boxes of top secret government documents revealing that the government were willing to send troops to Vietnam even though they knew they weren't going to win because of for the country's reputation. They don't want to have America to fail and seize failure. And the Washington Post are getting on the fence of releasing the story or not. I know this movie is getting a lot of war buzz. I mean, it's nominated for Best Picture this year. And personally for me, this movie is okay, really. I mean, pacing is mainly the main issue. I never felt the stakes of this part of history, knowing that they might be shut down. I never felt the stakes because they're like, oh yeah, everything's gonna be fine, even though they get told that no, you might go to jail. But I never felt any sort of stakes towards it, and also half of this movie feels stage-like. It doesn't feel. I feel like someone filmed a high-level stage play. It didn't feel like I'm watching a feature film. And maybe from like the actors. I mean, Tom Hanks does a really good job. But when it comes to Meryl Streep, now I know this is the unpopular opinion and it's kind of blasphemy, but I'm not a fan of Meryl Streep. And I never understood why until now. Let's say this. If I saw her doing the same role on a stage, I'll be like, she did a fantastic job. She did a fantastic job. This is not a stage play. This is not on Broadway or something along those lines. This is a feature film movie, and she makes it big, or she does these little things like, you know, to show she's upset. She put her hand over her face and pauses like every 15 seconds, and I'm like, or flings her arms, and it's understandable because on stage, you know, you have people at the back who don't see your facial features and maybe you had to move to show what you're feeling, but her performance, I believe, out of her career are all stage. It feels like she's doing a stage play, which is not the case. For me, when I see a movie, I want the performances feel like I'm watching a feature film, not a live performance, really, of a singer for Broadway. And then when it comes to like the main thing of the Washington Post, I never felt the stale of it. I mean, they talk about the New York Times, and they talk about, you know, jail, and they might go to jail if they post the articles and all that kind of stuff. But I never felt the stale of it. I never did. For me personally, with this movie, the more I'm talking about it, the more I have problems.
I'm asking your advice, Bob, not your permission.
You can't do this. The legacy of the company is at stake.
What will happen if we don't publish? We will lose. The country will lose. What are you going to do, Mrs. Graham?